we can't say just things are pretty good here. I think I go to some places in California. I was in Mill Valley 2 days ago, and talk about a community that cares. And I walked into the Whole Foods, and the organic tomatoes were hydroponic tomatoes from Ontario,
right.
And it's the height of tomato season.
That's Ontario, Canada.
To Ontario, Canada.
Shipped to California.
That's right.
At the height of our season here.
Right.
Yeah, I think that the tragedy is that you can grow things in greenhouses and they can be cheaper. And fuel price will say, well, I can ship them to California at this cost. Now you've just taken a tomato, grown it in a pretty sterile environment. You can grow abundance there. That's great. It's a technology that uses no soil, so it has none of that biology underneath that plant that's supporting its very intrinsic nature of the micronutrients and all the proteins and amino acids that can be formed, from this healthy soil relationship. And that's shown that it's not the same food. And the price of fuel being what it is, well, you're going to put tomato producers out of business in California because they can't compete. Or Whole Foods is not discerning enough to say, this is a hothouse tomato. It's not what we want to be selling in the peak of California's tomato season. And it's just like milk in New England. It costs more to produce milk there and to have cows there. And so it's a failure on so many levels. The people of New England should rise up and say, Dan, and we will not buy another ounce of your product unless you're buying it from our farmers up here. Yeah. Because they're the keepers of our landscape. And the Whole Food shopper should say, where are these tomatoes from? Are they grown in the ground? Are they grown regionally here? How many food miles are attached to these tomatoes? And Whole Foods should hang their head in shame by allowing that to be what enters their supply chain right now. Or whether it's in the Midwest, at a Whole Foods in the Midwest, or a Whole Foods in Texas, or a Whole Foods in Florida, those things should be sourced, first of all, from the regional economy. And it's good for the whole regional economy. It's good for keeping a continuum of production, and it's a more resilient system. I mean, what happens when fuel gets to $7 a gallon, and suddenly that milk from Texas is going to cost way more than it does now? Because it's all based on cheap fossil fuels, and that's the equation that they're throwing out there. And those farms will be gone. Once you sell your cows, you've sold your history, your genetics, all the pieces you put into place, the milk parlor. I mean, it's not just an investment that happens, boom, over 1 year. It's a lifetimes or many lifetimes often.